So today we're talking about a little bit more hip mobility, and this is going to be more towards the groin and the adductors. So adductors, adductors means bringing the knees together. Abductors, it's all about moving to the outside. So today we're going to be talking about the adductors, trying to open everything up. And the first exercise I want to give you, keep in mind, anytime you're doing a stretch or a mobility exercise, the pain level should be about a 3 or 4. You want to feel a nice deep stretch, but you never want to risk damaging the tendons or ligaments or muscle bodies or joints themselves. So first thing we're going to do is a Cossack squat. So I'm just going to start from my knees, kick one leg out. And then from here, try to go down as low as you feel comfortable. Like I said, 3 or 4 max. A lot of the times, people have a tendency to kind of squeeze. See, I'm flexing my quad. Try to let that relax. Let the knee go back. Sink down to the hips, or down to the elbows, I'm sorry. Sink your hip back to your heel. Just kind of hang out here. Once you hang out there for about 10 or 15 seconds, we're just going to push up, toes to the ceiling. You can lean over this way if you need to a little bit. Kind of open up the inner and the hamstring, or the inner hamstring, excuse me. Just hang out there, and then we'll go back down. Again, try to heel toe. Sink down a little bit deeper if you feel comfortable with it. Push back through your hands, come up, lean over this way a little bit more if you need to. Try to get that good deep stretch on the inner side of the knee, inner part of the calf a little bit. And from there, we're going nice and slowly. Ease back, bend the knee. I'm gonna switch and hit the other side. Same thing, I'm gonna slide out to a comfortable depth, sink my hips back, go down to my elbows. Try to make sure that you're not flexing the quad, let it relax. So from here, hang out for a little bit. Again, push up, turn the toes up. If you need to lean into it a little bit, it's perfectly fine. Lean in as far as you feel comfortable. We'll go right back down. Remember, control your weight with your hands, don't control it with the outstretched leg. We want to keep as much resistance off of that leg as possible. Back up. All right, as soon as we get that, we'll bring this knee back in. Remember, slowly, don't stretch a muscle out just to snap it right back together with a quick action after the stretch. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to go into a frog stretch here. So I'm just spreading my knees, again, as wide as you feel comfortable. You should never feel any type of pain in this. If you have pain, then we need to review your movement. So I'm going from here, and I'm going to push my hips back towards my heels, almost like you're trying to drive your hips backwards with your shoulders. And then from here, I'm going to walk my hands forward, let my femurs fold over top of the knee, and then sink the hips to the ground. I don't want to force my belly button down. I kind of want to drive my belly button through my knees. So I don't want to sink forward to where my feet come up. I just want to drive down to the ground. And then again, I'm going to walk back. Sink back, think about driving your hips behind your feet. Flipping back over, sinking down a little bit. If you feel it in the back, then you're driving your shoulders too far up. So try to keep your back flat. Go back, do a little side view on that. Some nice wide knee line. And then from here, push my hips back. You need to pull them in a little bit just so you get to the bottom. It's perfectly fine. We'll work on range of motion later. Right now, I just want to get a feel for the movement. Walk forward, fold down. Like I said, I don't want to go here to where it starts pulling my knees in. I want to be able to drive my hips to the ground, but I still want the pressure to be on the inside of my knees to help separate those knees. Driving back. And forward. You can also kind of play with opening your feet up. Some people are more comfortable this way, some are more comfortable that way. It's not really a big difference. And then coming back. All right, so that was just a couple mobility exercises and well, static stretches as well, but I like to move from one static stretch to the other just to kind of keep greasing the cartilage in between the joints. So that was for the inner thigh, the adductors, and we're going to focus on abductors, abductors, in a later video. Thank you.